talk about the signs that it might be time for you to consider leaving the US. I've been living abroad for a little over 7 years now, and when I first started this journey, I got a mix of a lot of support and then some not so helpful advice. As the years have gone by and people have started looking at my life and the advantages that I enjoy where I am, the discussion has changed. I am now receiving messages from old colleagues and classmates, even high school buddies, saying things like, wow, I wish that I could do what you do. And my question to them always is, why can't you? Hi everyone, my name is Leah. Welcome to my channel. If you are interested in what life looks like living and working abroad, this channel's for you. Let's talk about the signs that it might be time for you to consider leaving the US. Before I begin, I do want to make one thing clear. This video is about the benefits of living abroad and not about hating on America. I still love my country deeply. I have family in America. I appreciate the diversity and the culture, and I actually get homesick a lot. I miss my mom's cooking. I miss my sister. I miss the beautiful landscapes and just the energy of home. But living abroad has made me question what it means to be an American in America. And this video aims to discuss the 5 major reasons why moving abroad may not be such a bad idea. Let's start with reason number 1. Striving to live the American dream. The American dream is defined as the ideal that every citizen of the US has an equal opportunity to achieve success and prosperity through hard work, determination, and initiative. If the rising costs of living don't align with a living wage, how can anyone achieve that dream? Inflation has really made the American dream out of reach for many people, especially in recent years. Already, the US is an expensive place to live, with the average rent prices being really high and the federal minimum wage at $7.25 an hour. Even states that pay up to $16.50 an hour can't keep up with the average cost of a 1-bedroom apartment. And that leaves, this leftover for what exactly? The math just doesn't add up. The elderly are surviving on Social Security benefits, which, by the way, will be reduced by another 33% by 2034 if Congress doesn't fix funding. This leaves people barely enough to get by, which means that people are not thriving. If you caught my cost of living video, you will see that I spend about $2,000 a month living in Taiwan, but this includes investing, budgeting for emergencies, and even traveling. People are meant to thrive, not just survive. If you are stressed, if you are worrying about an unplanned emergency setting you back financially, if you don't have enough to save, then it might be time to think about considering other countries outside of the US. This leads to my second point, which is healthcare. Now, I truly believe that healthcare in America is actually pretty great. America is abreast on all the latest information, procedures, technology, and treatments, but not everyone has access to affordable healthcare. And the American healthcare system is all about making money. So they purposely create barriers that prevent people from getting affordable treatment that they need. Many Americans are forced to make decisions about prioritizing their health. People are trying to save money by cutting prescription pills in half just to make them last longer. They ignore healthcare symptoms that they really would not ignore if they had access to affordable healthcare. The truth is, there are many countries outside of the US where universal healthcare is the norm and everyone is covered, so costs and services are low. Some of these countries may even offer free healthcare where there is no cost at all. And a lot of drugs that are prescription drugs in America are over the counter outside of America. I mean, a lot of stuff. Screw bringing home souvenirs, Grandma. Let me help you with your blood pressure medication. The best example that I can give for how thankful I am about universal health care was a surgery that my significant other had in Taiwan. I literally do not know if Justin would be here because his symptoms were escalating and we kept justifying why we shouldn't go to the doctor when the reason was his symptoms were escalating because he needed emergency brain surgery. We made a video about how we are so ingrained not to go to the doctor in the US that he lived with these untreated symptoms here in Taiwan for almost a year and a half. We just knew that this surgery in the US would have costed us about $40,000, $50,000 out of pocket. And we took that number and that belief with us to Taiwan. When we finally ended up getting the surgery costed us about $1,000 out of pocket. And that was upgrading to a semi-private room for recovery. Let me tell you, we thought that they made a mistake when they gave us the final bill. We were almost fighting to pay more because we couldn't believe it. We were like, did this include the x-rays? What about that extra dose of pain medication? Did this include the meal service? Are you sure this is the final bill? Like forever? Forever, ever? Forever, ever? If I hadn't lived abroad, I would not have experienced what alternative forms of healthcare even looked like. If affordable healthcare is urgently important to you, take some time to research countries that provide these services that you need. Universal health care should be an essential element of people's lives. It should be something that everybody has access to. Speaking of health, let's move on to mental health, which is topic number 3, your home work-life balance. In America, we tend to be caught up in this rat race mentality, trying to prove ourselves to all the wrong people. We work crazy hours, we take on all of these projects, and we sacrifice times with our family just to get ahead financially. But abroad, it seems to be a different story. They actually value having a work-life balance. I'm talking about napping through 1.5-hour lunches, extended holidays, and prioritizing spending time with family. So in Taiwan, you actually have paid time off for getting married, for maternity leave, which also includes if you have the unfortunate circumstances of having a miscarriage. You even have paid time off here for women that are having menstrual cramps during their period. I feel like they get it. My working hours abroad have also been much shorter. Not that they're not hard workers, but they still prioritize family. So this brings me to point number 4, travel. Asia has been this amazing hub for traveling. The fares are really inexpensive and your dollar goes further here. The amazing people that I've met abroad, the food that I've gotten to eat, the adventures that I've been on, and the memories that will stay with me forever could never be duplicated by simply staying in the United States working my 9-to-5 job. And I have to put in a caveat, don't forget about dating. Dating can be an extremely new and refreshing experience when you get to interact with people from other cultures. My last suggestion for leaving the United States goes back to the reason why I made this video. What exactly do you have to lose? There are so many different ways that you can travel the world and work abroad and create new memories, especially because you have a U.S. passport. If things did not work out to your advantage or the way that you wanted the cards to fall, you always have the opportunity of coming back home. What is the one thing that you feel is holding you back from being able to make that leap? Leave a comment below because I bet that your concerns or the trepidation that you are feeling, someone else has already been through that can leave you advice on things that you can do and steps that you can take. One thing that you can do is watch this video to see what you can do to get started to leave the U.S.